Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another exciting episode of, well, Bridger Playing Games. Today, we just finished up doing an explanation video talking about Teamfight Tactics, which is sort of a weird new genre, and it's from the League of Legends, people. They're using all the League of Legends characters and things like that, but it obviously doesn't play at all like League of Legends. There are some similarities. A lot of the items are named the same. They do very similar things. The champions have very similar capabilities in most cases, but what you're physically doing in the game, what you're mechanically doing, is very different. And so if you're looking for a good, thorough explanation, we just finished that up. But right now we're actually going to play a game. I do like grabbing Rek'Sai. Oh, they're getting that spatula early on. I was not close enough to it. Early on, the grab at the first champions that you're going to start with there, a lot of it is luck-based. You're only really going to have access to the champions that are, within an 80-degree arc of the circle of you. You're not going to get to the other side first if there's one that you really wanted most of the time. So this is the start of every match of Teamfight Tactics. I'm going to pull up the chat here in case there's anybody else that wants to ask questions while we're going. But you always start with 3 rounds against AI, which are almost impossible to lose. And we defeated the first one handily. It gave us a new item. Okay, we've got a Void Brawler here. And our options include a couple of Gunslingers, which might be an interesting place to start. Now, there is a Void Assassin, which would let us get, a more obvious and quick level 2, our tier 2 character here. Meanwhile, I'm pulling up the synergy board on the other screen here in order to reference that during play, because I haven't quite memorized everything yet. So we weren't given a lot of what we were hoping for when we got these Gunslingers. Gunslingers have good synergy with what? Let's take a quick look here. Gunslingers can synergize with Hextech, Noble, Pirates, and Yordles. We're going to grab this Warwick just so that we can potentially put up a second Brawler. But other than that, we don't have a lot of good combinations with those things that we just described. So let's switch back to the game itself here. And again, almost impossible to lose these first rounds against the AI. Now we're finally going up against a player. Now, one possibility is I could give a Luden's Echo to Rek'Sai here. Her power of getting to that of this burrow can be really good. Feeling lucky. I only have 3 gold left, so I can't pay to get to the next level just yet, because I wanted to get both of these guys off the offer. So I might lose this first one. And losing isn't bad. Remember, the person lowest on this totem pole with the least health gets first crack at the champions and items during the carousel round. So losing the first 3 rounds is a strategy that a lot of players do, and they don't mind it. What you're trying to do is lose by not too much. I did a very bad job of that. You want to lose a little bit. You don't want to lose 5 health in the first round. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to kill any of them because I have very few real synergies here. I've got the Gunslinger. I also have very few good characters. Graves is a tier 1, Tristana's a tier 1, and I've got 1 tier 2. And I have none of them. Ah, here we go. Now we've at least got a level, 2-star Graves. Now, Blademaster Gunslingers is an interesting play, because if we can get ourselves a Gangplank, he is both a Blademaster and a Gunslinger, making it easy to get, say, 4 Blademasters and 4 Gunslingers. I'm sorry, 4 Blademasters, 4 Gunslingers and like 3 or 6 Blademasters. So we're kind of hedging our bets there with a possibility. We've also got another Pirate though I'm not sure if we're going to wind up using the pirate bonus. The pirate is, at the end of your combat, you get 4 gold. If you can build a pirate team real early and use it to get yourself early gold lead, that can be very beneficial, but right now, it kind of looks like we're not going to get that third pirate. Gangplank would be a third pirate, actually, and we could use Pike just to get the extra gold for a while. And then once we're done getting the gold and we have some banked up, we could get rid of Pike and put somebody else in. So here's a gunslinger.
I'll sleep when they're dead.
Guardians don't really... Well, Guardians can synergize, because Leona synergizes with Fiora and with Lucien. I might grab a Braum as, like, insurance against the future, but he's probably the first one on in for me. I'm not so... Oh, she's got the Fiora and the Lucien. So this person's picking up the same... This person looks like they're going nobles. Noble knights. So that means it's going to be harder for me to get what I want. Luckily, I'm not losing by nearly as big this time because I had the brawler bonus this time. So I only lost a little bit there. 86 is still probably not where I want to be going into this carousel round. I'd prefer to be up near 90. That Lucien is probably my target. Yeah, Lucien. That'll give me 2 Luciens, pretty close to getting a 2-star Lucien to try to get my gunslingers towards 4. And we take a look here. Gunslingers, their basic attacks have a 50% chance to fire additional bullets at other enemies within range. These deal damage like basic attacks and apply on-hit effects. So if your on-hit effect is, when you hit them, they start burning for damage over time, or when you hit them, you steal health, that bonus attack will apply both of those attacks, both of those effects. So that could be pretty good. Here's our Gangplank. So if we can put Gangplank and Lucien out there, we're pretty close to our goal. Now, do we want to give Rek'Sai Luden's Echo? That will let her do her main ability a little bit sooner. We should also buy the second Rek'Sai and hope for a third sometime soon. I'm really low on money because I bought so many options for the future. Sometimes I'll just hoard a bunch of money until I can start banking stuff. You can see they've already got at least 10 gold, so they're getting interest on their gold. You're also not always, like, they didn't put their items on their characters all yet, because you're not always sure what your final team composition is going to look like until maybe the 3rd stage, and then you're going to start solidifying it. Oh, no. Yeah, we can buy both of these Camille's, and one of the nice things is I only have 1 Camille, but I can click this once, it auto-buys both of them, even though I'm full, and upgrades the Camille. So that's kind of nice. Unfortunately, I only have 1 Graves here, so I can't buy this Graves because I have no more room. I could spend my gold to get to a higher level and then buy the Graves, but to be honest, Graves isn't that great, and trying to get him to level 3 is kind of like meh. So his passive special ability, he doesn't have mana. His passive special ability is that he deals an additional bonus physical damage to the target and all enemies in a cone in front of him. It's based on a percentage of his attack damage, I believe. So if you boost him up with a lot of BF swords, maybe he gets pretty strong. Again, I'm putting myself into life debt here. I'm lower than I necessarily would want to be, but I finally got a little bit of gold generation going on. I don't want any of these. I'm going to spend 4 gold because I can't afford to lose to these Krugs. So we'll put Gangplank out there. And we'll hope... Actually, I'll pay once. We got our 3rd Rek'Sai. There we go. Now we'll definitely not lose. And we're going to get a little bit of interest this time. We got some interest last time, so we got 8. We've been losing a lot in a row. We're about to change that. Let me switch back over to the chat room so I can see what's going on over there. Nobody's saying anything. I don't think anybody's watching, but yeah, for posterity, somebody will watch these videos, hopefully. All right. So we got an extra Negatron Cloak, magic resistance. We can make our character... Oh, and we got a gold. Gold gave us a spatula. Spatula lets us create the Hurricane. a demon, a sorcerer, or an assassin. I'm looking over at my thing here, and there are demon Blademasters. If we get an Aatrox, we could make one of our other characters a demon and have that. So that seems like a good move. Let's switch back to the game in questions before I forget here. Oh, I get another Braum for that. I don't want to try to get Rek'Sai tier 3 at the moment. So let's hold on to these two. We can start considering these other options. Ionic Spark is very good against a team that casts a lot of spells. So maybe I give that to Rek'Sai. I can even do it mid-combat here. So Rek'Sai now has better magic resistance, but more importantly, every time any enemy champion casts a spell, they take 125 true damage. Which isn't always super good. It's very good against teams composed of, like, sorcerers and elementalists, for example. I can get a third Braum, okay. And a Fiora. I'm going to save my money now, and I'm going to look at how I can dispose of the rest of these items. We know that our gunslingers are going to wind up doing bonus attacks that can potentially... Hey, a Hextech Gunblade on Lucien wouldn't be terribly bad. Because its basic attacks and spells heal the wearer for 25% of the damage dealt. Also a Zeke's Herald on him. No, that's not really what I want. Oh, that's a good one, too. The Spear of Shojin. After casting the spell, the wearer's basic attacks restore 15% of their maximum mana. Jeez, I really need to get it together here soon. I'm losing a lot. Once you get to 50, then you really got to start pulling it together and spending your money if you haven't been spending it. But I think we're saving this to build that demon, right? So far, nothing here. Let's look for some more synergies. There's a Fiora. Okay. Now I think we really just need to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get another Blademaster out there. We're going to sell Pike. We need to get 2 more Blademasters out there. And we have 2. We have Fiora and we have Camille. And maybe we do that in place of Warwick, because all he's doing is giving us the Brawler bonus, which is good, technically, but the Brawlers in this matchup aren't really helping us. Yeah, I think we sell Rek'Sai and Warwick, and we instead put our 2 Blademasters out. So we'll have Blademaster Gunslinger, and let's see how that plays out. I think it's time now that we've got these guys are both level 2. And to that end, let's get a spatula. Let's get a spatula. Is it better to get a whole extra character than just to give us another demon? Arguably. Arguably, a whole extra character would be better. So we'll be selling the brand. Just we only took him to grab this this spatula, because even though he's a demon elementalist, which is not really going to help us out much. There's no more elementalists that are going to go with our combination. Ooh, Fiora, and Camille, but I can't do that. But that's okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to sell him. We're going to put her out there. Then, I think we're selling him and putting her out there. Now we can sell Brand. And we can spatula. Let's put it on Gangplank here. So now Gangplank gives us the +1 team size, and we can put Lucien out onto the board next turn. Next round. If I was a little faster, I would have done that better, and we would have had an extra character out there. Wow, okay, we're still getting our asses beat, because we got a lot of items over here we didn't assign. We're going to assign almost all of them right now. And hopefully turn this around. Because we've been getting a lot of gold, and we can plow through a lot of it to look for characters we want. I forgot to grab a Camille there. We still got the Braum. We're hoping to find a Leona at some point to go with our 2 other noble characters. There's the Aatrox we were hoping to find. Another Camille. Let's go ahead and get another character out there. It'll be Lucien. He could have Ionic Spark. And he could have Morellonomicon. They burn the target. Yep, that would be good, because that's an on-hit effect. And we give the Spear of Shojin to somebody as well. Somebody that we want to have their spell pop up and come off a cooldown very quickly. We still need more Tristanas. I didn't realize we were so deficit on Tristanas. Alright. We might lose this one because she's probably going to kill them both. Yeah. They had the Noble bonus, and that allowed Vayne to heal on every attack. And she had the Static Shiv, which did damage to all of our characters while we were fighting there. Another Graves. Ah, we finally... Wait a minute, we had a second Graves on the board? We don't want that. We want Aatrox to give us that Blademaster synergy. More Blademasters. More Camille's. We're getting a lot of Camille's available. More Fiora. More Aatrox. It's all coming together now. There we've got a 3rd Aatrox. There's a 4th Aatrox. There's a Tristana for us. Are we missing anything? I think we'll hold off at 33 here, so we can get a bit of interest from these characters. Ideally, I wouldn't have necessarily paid those right there, actually. I'm regretting that choice. Wow, but it gave me a lot of money as compensation. Okay, there's a Camille. And I think we've got a much better combination here. So let's make a Static Shiv on one of these characters. Let's do it on Lucien. Because he attacks real fast now. We've given him a lot of extra attack speed here. Well, that actually wasn't a good example. But let's pick another... Would we replace... Yeah, we will be replacing Tristana with a better gunslinger in the future. But let's give her the Spear of Shojin for now. Which just immediately got turned off by the Hex Tech from the enemy. Alright, Lucien is hanging in there. He's still only 1 star, but he's doing real good for us. But it looks like it might not matter unless Aatrox can pull this out. He did with his special attack. Shen is using his ability to dodge everything when he gets to full, but we managed to pull it out. Okay, we're on a turnaround. We got a 1-win streak. Let's do this. Hello, Exodos. No, I'm sorry, I haven't even looked at Star Citizen in a long time. I'm basically just at the point where I want it to be finished before I touch it again. Like, the amount of just constant not having a finished product is grating. Alright, so we have only 3 other characters that we can put on the board. 2 of them could be Blademasters, and 2 of them could be Gunslingers, and we would have just kind of a ridiculous damage team. But I don't know if it would have enough tankiness to it. I also have the possibility to add in a Leona if we find one, plus a Braum, plus, I don't know, something else. Maybe a Demon, which will give me... Oh, I do have an extra character here, too. That's right. That'll give me the Guardian ability that these guys provide, the tankiness for everything else that's going on. I don't need another Braum. I'll take the Tristana and the Jinx. I have... That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell the Tristana and put the Jinx out there. She's my new gunslinger. She replaced Tristana. She also gave me the Hex Tech with Camille, which is good. And we're going to take the Spear of Shojin and give it to her, because her thing is that she gets bonus attack speed after her first takedown, which means if she assists or kills something, she gets bonus attack speed, which means this here will trigger more. Although, actually, now that I think about it, that was really... Basic attacks deal 100 bonus magic damage to all enemies. I thought Spear of Shojin was something else. I put the wrong thing on her. Damn it. I might sell her and get that back and put it on somebody else. Rookie mistake right there. We still won, at least, because it did give her attack damage, and the mana is useless on it. That's why. She doesn't use mana. I thought I was looking at a Cursed Blade when I gave it to her. Alright. There's a Leona. Let's take it. I think I like the Leona plan to add some tankiness to my team. And nobody else on here would really help me a lot, necessarily. I don't think there's any more Blademasters or Gunslingers. I could have got that extra spatula and just hoped to find a good synergy with it in the future. Alright. We don't need any of those. There's our third Lucien. Finally. Now we've got a 2-star Lucien. And we've got to start looking at getting Leona and Braum out on the field. Can we switch anybody to make that? So we can get rid of Aatrox and put one of those out. And then she would be there to get the Guardian bonus. Ooh, we might just hang in there. Oh, Lucian's not going to do it, I don't think. Oh! That was super close. We can't afford to lose like that again, though. So we're going to pay to get one more level and put out another character to make it more likely. Specifically, we're going to go... There we go. And we're going to take him back, and we're going to put Braum right up front, and we're going to put her right there, which will give protection to these guys. Switch these around. There we go. So, the interesting thing about Guardian is at the start of combat, Guardians grant 45 armor to adjacent allies. So that, you just saw that effect trigger. And what that means effectively is all the allies surrounding those two get the bonus armor. And I put, you know, my weakest, most important characters right around them. Good stuff. So we're still at the bottom here, but we're starting to kick ass. Oops, I bought the wrong thing. What else could we get? Oh, no, I missed a second Leona. I clicked too quickly. I'll grab another Braum just in case, but I'll probably sell him. 2 more Jinxes as fast as we can, and 2 more Leonas. I guess another Braum. And we'll hold off at 51 so that we get the maximum interest. And we'll use that if we get desperate. If we lose one more game, I'm spending all 51 to do something. Either buying a bunch of XP or refreshing for dudes. Whoa, it gave me tons of money. Look at that. Up to 60. Alright. We're close to getting everything we ever wanted. We need 2 more Gunslingers out on the board if we can find them. There's another Leona. I can't afford to buy anybody else. So let's go to the next one. Nobody there. I would like to get another Camille. I would like to get another Camille more than I would like to have another Braum, honestly. I'm more likely to get a tier 3 Camille right now than a tier 3 Braum. I'd also like another Gangplank, but I can't. I'd also like another Aatrox, because I'm pretty close to getting a 3-star Aatrox as well. Sorry about that. Come on! Come on. Go, Lucien, go. Yes, it's now Lucien versus Vayne. Lucian's only 2 stars, but maybe his items are better. Yes, he got it. Whew. Good job, Lucien. Now, who do we give this Giant's Belt to? I don't know. Maybe it depends on what other items we'll have available to us. Oh, no. What we need is a Camille. More than anything else. Hey, there's a Jinx. I'm going to sell this Jinx and buy a new Jinx. Because I need to put this spear on somebody else. It restores 15% of their maximum mana. So who do I want to use their ability a whole bunch? I think Leona, actually. And now that I think about it, I could also give her the Zephyr. Let's do that. The Zephyr. There's another Jinx, which we can buy if we lock this and figure out who to sell. I gotta sell a Leona, get another Jinx? Oh, that's terrible. That's real terrible. Instead, let's spend all that money here. I hate to do it, but that'll let me put Aatrox back in. And then I can buy the Jinx. Now I get a Leona or a Jinx and they level up. There it is. That also cleared out one area here. So maybe we put Leona in front now. And Brahmin back. I should have Aatrox next to one of them, actually. I missed that up. So we got their Lulu out of the fight. The Leona just completely smashed them and stunned a bunch of their guys. So that might give us the advantage here. Jinx stayed alive almost the whole time. Lucian's so close to death, but he... Oh, no, he's gone. I'm gone. That's the game. That was close. We took too long to get into our stride there, and we couldn't quite finish building it up. In the ranked mode of this game, just finishing in the top 4 gets you points. You lose points if you're in the bottom 4. With more, obviously, if you're in last place than if you're in 7th place or 6th place. So, that's the game. I think it's really interesting. It does have a high burden of knowledge, of learning, to burden of entry, basically. But it's fun to learn, and if you have a second monitor, you can keep that lolchess.gg site or any of the other helpful cheat sheets open and just look at it while you're playing. So, hopefully that illuminates some things for you guys. Have a good one.